started playing, so I guess that meant I had to get on stage. I guess I'll introduce myself. My name is Arla. Hi. I can't really see you because the lights are in my eyes, but I'll get us going right now by some jokes. Who likes to laugh? Super. Strap in.
I wasn't sure where the best spot is to stand.
So I've been told, I've been doing comedy for a little bit, and I've been told that nobody wants to hear someone talking about dating. Okay, thanks. Thanks for your support, I appreciate it. I was told that by a dude, no one wants to hear that. Don't talk about dating, don't talk about your relationships. But here's the cool thing, I have a microphone, so you're kind of forced to listen to me. So I'm gonna wield that the best way I can. So, even though I can't really see here, we'll just do an experiment. Who here is, by relationship, who here is married? Okay, so, and you can tell because you have a ring, there was a ceremony, you might be in debt, there's certificates, there's paper proof, you know that. So, let's go a little bit after that. Who's in a long-term relationship? Yeah, no? Or just married people here? Because then this won't work. But it doesn't matter. All right, so if you're in a long-term relationship, yeah, you're not married, but you're definitely certain that you're dating. This is my person. Yeah, we might live together, but they'll definitely call me their partner. There's no guessing. You're certain. And then there's that little gray area. Who out there is dating? Or talking? Or, I don't really want to put a label on it. I want to be cool about it. I don't want to say, I don't want to have to ask him either. If I say, what are we? Are we a thing? Then it could just end. You don't want that. That little area, it's all murky and shit. Sucks. And then there's the last one, single. Yeah. Which is probably the easiest one to know, because duh. If you're not sure about that, then, I'm sorry. But I mean, the other thing too is if you're single, you've been single for a while, and there's tumbleweeds and cobwebs in your vagina, that's also a great indicator. But I guess what I can say here about that is that from that kind of long-term relationship to the cobwebs, we can agree that's all murky and it's very hard to navigate. And that's where I've been for the last 10 years maybe. It's very hard and confusing. And I've been trying to think, when did all these problems start? Why don't I understand dating at all? Why is this so hard? And usually when I think about it, I feel like my problem started, like most, in the womb, at conception. I mean, it didn't help that I was born 20 months after a boy. So when you're already the little sister, that's already its own set of hassles. But from there, I realized that maybe it's just gonna be a real uphill climb here. So, dating, why? It sucks, and we'll just treat this like therapy, gather around kids, we're gonna talk about our feelings, we're just gonna get it out. So, growing up, I was a product of screen time. I've watched a lot of movies, TV shows, and my soft, nimble brain thought this is how life is. Oh, I'm gonna go to high school, have a really cool closet that has all my clothes organized by color, and there's a little computer screen that I can put together outfits with, and I have a cool friend named Dion, and I'm gonna fall in love with my stepbrother. No, but that's clueless. Do you get it? That's clueless. Or I'm a receptionist, and there's this really awesome worker or salesman that I work with. He's really sweet, and I just have to get rid of this other dude, and then we can be together. But I'm not Pam, you know? And then I realized that shit's scripted. It's not real. So my soft mind, thinking that that's how shit was gonna be, took that out into the real world. And I guess I could say that starting in 10th grade, I thought I was hot shit because I sat at a table with seniors. And it was at that time when I went to Woodland Hills, don't cheer, it sucks. And at that time, are there booths? But anyway, at that time when I sat there at lunch, I sat with seniors, and I thought that was awesome. And there was this like one guy who's gorgeous. I would look at him all the time. They would always play this game like who could get hard without doing anything, which now that I think about it, I think that's a pretty easy game. But I mean, they're like, yeah, touch my thigh. I'm gonna see if I can get hard. I'm like, I'm sure you can. But okay. But so this senior, I'm like, oh, you're hot. Like we gel really well. You let me touch your thigh. Shit's gonna happen. I guess I'll preface, I should have backed up a little bit. If you're the child of a boomer, like okay boomer, like boomer age people, they have like two things if you're capable of getting pregnant. Make sure that you can't, and make sure that you're not a stripper. And they already felt like they failed with the one, because I do burlesque, so sorry. But what they tried to control was making sure that I couldn't get pregnant. And that meant sending in my brother, which unbeknownst to me is going up to people like, hey, are you talking to my sister? It's like, boy, I'm crazy. I'll kill you. I'm crazy. I'll do it. Don't even. I'm like, okay. So I didn't know that shit was going on. Like, I knew my brother's like a sociopath, but I didn't know that he was basically sent out there to cock block me. My parents made my brother cock block me. And I didn't even realize that shit was going on. So while I'm going to school thinking like, why isn't he talking to me anymore? What's going on? It's like, oh, because he's fucking scared. So in life, when you're trying to like, you learn these skills of how to talk to people, how to date, any of that, you're supposed to garner that knowledge in school. But when you don't, and you become a certain age, what are you supposed to do? So I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, is there a class? Is there a class called like Spitting Game 101? Or Get That Dick? Or Taco Seasoning? I mean, we're all like pretty fluid here, so I guess it can go either way. I'm just trying to figure out like, how do I get my time back to figure out how I could get dick? Or taco, whatever. And then I guess the one thing that I need to know is, do they have like how can I spot someone that's a fuckboy? Like, is there a certain uniform? Is it wearing like an Armani Exchange shirt and ripped jeans, or Doc Martens, or gauges, or just anything, because anyone can be a fuckboy, including girls? So how does that work? And is there like an infographic, like those little things that has something lined out just so you know this is what you stay away from? How do I know if someone's right for me? Like, do you remember The Sims? Will they have one of those little jewels and it like turns my color? Then I know like, oh, you're cool. Or like a sandwich board that they'll wear. I'm like, I'm on this medication. I do go to therapy. I like puppies. I'm like, oh, you're my person. You're my person. Yes. Because I guess when I can say that, it would be helpful to know that stuff because I've made mistakes. Like, one thing you don't do, you don't give anyone head for an hour and a half. That's a mistake. If I would have known beforehand to just like tap out, that would be perfect. But some people, maybe I'm helping someone out now. Like, here's a pearl for you, don't do that shit. Let's see, there's another one. Oh, don't be in grade school and take alcohol to a boy that you think is cute. Like, don't bring it into school. Don't think like, oh, if I bring him a screwdriver, drink, not tool, he'll talk to me. Because that shit doesn't work either. It gets you a week vacation from your class where you sit with the first graders, which was fine because I finished my work in an hour and I got to sleep the rest of the day. But it's not something you want to do. I'm just trying to help you. Anyway, dating is hard. And none of us are pros. And I appreciate everyone that's talking and listening. So, yeah, I guess we'll finish it up there. If you have any suggestions, I'll be over on the side. And thanks again for your time and your kind attention. There's a great show that's going to start soon. And yeah, thank you. And yeah, if you're here and you have money, make sure you tip people. All right, take care. My name's Arla. Take care.